Content disclaimer. Views, comments, and opinions expressed by guest speakers or authors on this YouTube channel do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by this channel's broadcasters and its sponsors. Parental guidance is advised. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teachers, scholarship, education, and research. For fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing.
King Simon, I love him. He's family, and he has one of the top shows on the Forbidden Knowledge TV network, actually.
Right.
So make sure you guys check that out if you haven't.
Yeah, his show is called, it was really based on numerovation. It's a numerology show, and it's called How to Calculate Your Destiny.
Yes.
By King Simon. He's the host of the show. The show has done so well, we're now getting ready to start working on filming season 2. All right, so King Simon, one of the top shows on Forbidden Knowledge TV, streaming TV platform.
Hey family, on Sunday, October 13th, I am celebrating 29 years in promotion and production at the new Black Wall Street Mall with tribute to Dick Gregory. That's right, celebrating 29 years, so text that number to get more information. Remember, Baba Ashraf Kwesi and Mirror Kwesi will be closing out the evening with a salute by Dr. B. Sirius, Brother Rich, Red Pill and Blue Pill, Lorenzo Sanford, Sister Golda X, Sister Tassili Ma'at, and so much more. Make sure you go to Linktr.ee/King Simon the Numerator or scan the QR code. Yes. Yo. I don't want to sound like the Breakfast Club. Lord have mercy. Big up to Charlamagne, Envy, and Just Hilarious, who just had her baby. She's an Aquarius, so I understand. We be making babies. Stop playing. We be making babies. Those Aquarius. So big up to Just Hilarious. I love Just Hilarious comedy because she's a Aquarian baby like me, and she's born on the 13th of February. Oh, Lord, I know she's something else. But this is your brother, King Simon. Welcome to the Numerovational Universe, of course, right here on King Simon Presents Only Quality People. And in the 9 o'clock hour, we got a special guest coming up with us. This is going to be a tasty one. This is going to be a beautiful one. She is something else. Her name is Tomika Royale. I have to say it like that. Royale. I have to say it with my Cuban and Jamaican Royale. So we're going to have some fun with her tonight. So make sure y'all buckle y'all seatbelts. Go ahead and get ready for the ride, like Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad used to say. Get ready for the ride, because she is straight up about healing this hood, but she heals the hood from a straight set. No filter. She says what she means what she says, and that's the number one energy she's born under. She born the same day as Malcolm X, so you know what that means. Lord have mercy, Jesus Christ, And she born the same day as my second cousin on my father's side, Grace Jones, so you know what that is. Lord have mercy. So we're gonna be talking about, the topic is, of course, the topic is, like I have up here, scrolling on the bottom, is the many faces of healing the hood. Because sometimes healing the hood, you got the happy look, you have the boo-hoo look, you have the snotty nose tears look, you have the crash in the car look, you got all kinds of looks in the many faces. And we're going to talk about it today in the next 5 minutes. We're going to talk about it. Just want to make sure we take care of some of her business. I want to say she's not only a tarot advisor, a beautiful mom, and the founder of Healing Hoodz Corp. Make sure you contact her via email, of course, the Healing Hoodz Corp 1111, those 4 ones at Gmail. And IG, you can also hit up at IG at Healing Hoodz Corp. And I'm going to put up that IG. Well, I got it already in the chat. You can spread love via Cash App. A Cash App is right there on there. And don't forget, text her or use the Zelle code, a Zelle number there at 518-8881-9862. So you could also send to continue her journey of healing this hood, because, her website is here. This is her website right here on the board, and also her IG. All of this is pinned to the top, leads you straight to a website. So in the next 6 minutes, we'll be coming directly to her. Next 4 minutes will be coming directly. Now, tomorrow's lesson right here on King Simon Presents Only Quality People, the Numerovational Universe, I'll be speaking about this, the spiritual and numerovational meaning of hoarding disorder. Oh my goodness, people are hoarders. Lord have mercy, people can hoard some stuff. And hoarding is a disorder. If you Google it up, hoarding is a disorder. And we gotta make sure that our people are healing and working on their disorders. We don't want the madness to go on, you know what I'm saying? So you got to be very careful of hoarding too much stuff that is unnecessary, because you're probably still holding on to what happened with mommy and daddy and all kinds of craziness. Look here, I understand, but we're going to talk about from a spiritual perspective and a numerovational perspective. So I'm going to break down the words hoarding disorder so you'll understand what it means and what's it all about. Remember, on Wednesday, myself and the great one will be on together. My dear friend, the one, the only Carrie Ann Ingram will be on with us on Wednesday. Me and her are going to get into it because we're in the month of September. We want to talk about that also. And don't forget, September 8th, we have the one, the only Dr. Judge is coming in. She's coming in with some great advice. Overcoming imposter syndrome. Overcoming imposter syndrome and fear of success. A lot of us have to overcome that, and we have to get ready. So Dr. Judge from the podcast called Naked Healer. Now, don't mean that she's on her podcast butt ass naked. No, it does not mean that at all. It just means that she wants to be the naked truth. She wants to be transparent. And that word transparency, I'm going to have to break that down. Also, on September the 11th on the Healing Vibe Show at 9 p.m. He can't do 8 o'clock. He has to do 9 p.m. Our regular time is 8 p.m. But 9 p.m., Kamane, the powerful connection between carbon and melanin. So I can't wait to have our brother Kaba on. Aren't you excited about Kaba coming on? Come on, put the number 1 in the chat if you're excited. Big up to my people on Instagram. Yeah, big up to my people on Instagram. I see y'all. And do remember, if you want to come out to Stonecrest, I want everybody to come out to this. Please scan this QR code. Right now, the prices have gone up. The early bird prices started at $25 in July. Now it went into August, $35. Now we're in September, it's $45. I always give people a chance to come on and do what they got to do to get there. And this is going to be at the world famous New Black Wall Street. Brother Rich just made it real famous, even more. And it's a Black owned and operated market and mall at Stonecrest, Georgia. You could walk around to Madame Toussaint Boulevard or Malcolm X Road or Marcus Garvey Boulevard. They got all of that in the New Black Wall Street. You want to come on out and really check that out. I'm telling you. And of course, if you're into martial arts, in Brooklyn, November the 9th, my brother is holding a big festival with a beautiful bunch of sisters that have been training in the martial arts. And salute to the Sanukis man himself, Grandmaster Lumumba. And that's happening on November the 9th. And of course, you can scan the QR code for that. Big up to all of my sponsors, of course. Big up to my paid sponsors, the people like levinuniversity.com. That's levinuniversity.com. Make sure you text her at 470-775-6434. And if you want that cardiology, astrology, and numerology. And if you're currently looking for a job and you want to work from home because there's too much energy on the outside and you don't want to work on the inside, you don't want to work on anybody's job. You want to work from home from at least, if you want to serve or help somebody, you want to be able to choose your own time. You could do part-time, full-time, paid daily, company trips. All you have to do is text the words hire me to 770-861-9906. I'm sorry. That's 770-861-9906. And of course, I always shout out Baba Lloyd Strayhorn. Make sure you show him some love. Big up to carrieanningram.com. And don't forget my dear friend Amira. Hit her up at 518-796-7638. and tell her King Simon, tell all of them that King Simon sent you. Cartomancy specialist, yoga teacher. You might want to do it from home. You want to do it online, whatever. Reiki master, they can do it for you. And big up to my son. He has a recording studio that's recording, mixing, mastering, all like him and brother Jeff be doing their thing. And if you want to get any of my merch, this is going to be available until September 19th. And don't forget, you could take my course. Go to Udemy, udemy.com. Put the word course in the search engine and you'll find numerovation in the search engine and you'll find my course. Get all my books on Amazon and Kindle. And remember, I got the hardcover collector's edition happening right now. Now, I had my guest. She was backstage. I don't know what happened to her. She disappeared. But it is what it is. Maybe her computer shot out. I know how things can get. Lord, her laptop froze. Yeah, she said her laptop froze. Lord, have mercy. The laptop be freezing. We be freezing to the left, freezing to the right, freezing to the thing. I be freezing. You be freezing. How y'all feeling? Let me shout out some people in the chat. Let me see who's in the chat today. Okay, we got Holistic. Okay, we got my girl, Dr. Shakira Moore in the building. What up, Doc? How you do? How you doing? Got to sound like Wendy Williams up in there. Dexter Young in the building. Love lifting me higher. Love lifting me poetry. Hey, what's up, girl? I ran into your daughter at the Sri Master Gano Grills event, Galacticus. You know your daughter's down with that, so big up to her. I think Rashima is her name. Rashima, I think it's Rashima. And Community of the Gods, big up to Community of the Gods. All right. We're going to learn today. And let me see who's on Instagram. Let me shout out my Instagram crew that's watching me on Instagram. TX Star, what's up? What's up? Audio, big up to Audio in the building. Bridget, okay, Bridget in the building. Bridget, be blessed. Our life is but a dream in the building. Healing Hoodz Corp joined in. Wait a minute, she's how you gonna be on? How you gonna be on Instagram when you supposed to be on with me, girl? What's up? Spiritual Regime Supreme. Okay, Brian in the building. Okay, Miss Week D, WKD in the building, Crash Collision in the building, Holistic Health Emporium in the building. All right, Warset in the building. Okay, they got them in the building. Got Mystic Ivy in the building, LaShonda in the building. Darlene in the building. Color Curiosity is in the building also. Nubian Magic in the building. Will Smith. Hey, Will, how you doing? Aaron Wheeler's in the building. Okay, you got some people in the building. All right, we got some people in the building. Randall Anderson is in the building on Instagram. But I was just shouting out the people on Instagram, now people on YouTube right now. Good evening. Good evening. Yes, and also big up to Love and Light. Yeah, Love and Light. When you put that love and that light together, you be all right. Big up to Dawn. Hi, Don. How you doing? Tomika, if you can't come up by your computer, come on with your phone. Come on with your phone. If you can't come on, I'm going to tell her right now. Come on with your phone. Hold on, family. Let me take a quick commercial break, and I'm going to just text Tomika because she's having some technical difficulties on her side. Let's do it. Let's do it. Numerovation with King Simon. Text me now at 347-496-1022. You could also take my course if you want to, but do text me for your sessions at 347-496-1022. You could also get my books on Amazon at Linktr.ee/King Simon the Numerovator. Remember, you can book your session and get it done right now. 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022. King Simon the Numerovator. All right, it is 9:05 in the evening. How you doing? All right. Tomika Royale. I'm gonna bring on this sister with the world deserve. Tomika Royale's. Let me make sure we got it going on. Healing Hoodz Corp is a spiritual organization dedicated to helping people from all walks of life achieve their personal and spiritual growth. They provide many services such as meditation camps, workshops, personal counseling, and spiritual guidance. They strive to create a safe and supportive environment that encourages healing and growth. So without further ado, I want to bring on for you the one, the only, Tomika. we can hear you. Can hear you. What's up? Yeah.
Hi,
Yeah.
everybody.
Hi, girl. How you doing?
I'm good, maintaining, not complaining, y'all. Happy Sunday, everybody. I hope everybody's day was well. Estoy bien aquí chileando, you know what I'm saying?
¿Cómo está, mami?
Aquí.
Coño. No. What's up? I know. Don't worry. Don't bring that Cubano out of me, baby. That Cubano Jamaican.
You know.
Hey, you know the guy, the comedian that did that joke about the Spanish, brother Rashid Thurman?
Yes.
That's one of my best friends before he passed on.
Light in progress.
Man, that was my brother, man. He's Aquarius also. He born January 28th, man. He said, Papi ain't no snitch. Papi ain't no snitch.
Okay, you already walked me home. I'm already here.
I'm on the 5th floor. I don't know what's going on the 3rd floor, Papi.
Yo no sé.
That's my brother. Rashid, rest in peace, my brother. Rashid.
Soul serve peacefully.
Man, I speak to his mother every March for her birthday. I call his mother, make sure she's all right for his birthday. So for her birthday, make sure she's all right. She lives in North Kakalaki now, North Carolina. So it is what it is. So how you been, girl?
I'm doing good. You know, like I said earlier, today was a really busy day. I took a 3-month break from doing reads, to get myself back together. The same way y'all have a purpose, I got a purpose too. I took 3 months off. So I said I'll be back September, and today was September 1st, and it was boom, 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 boom. Everybody was here, so it was a good day. It was a good day. All is well.
That's right. And I'm happy to have you here and I'm honored to have you on my show for the first time. We usually see each other. I think we met through JP Justice Live.
Shout out to JP.
Yeah. Shout out to the comedian. Another friend I know for like 30-something years. These guys I know from way back. I used to book them at different shows. So big up to JP wherever he is.
Shout out to JP.
When he was called Jameek back in the day. People don't know. He used to be called Jameek. Tomika, exactly. So I go way back. I text him some old flyers of him back in the day. I have with him back in the day. So I had some 98 flyers, man, with him, Mugga, all of that. So we all used to do something.
Now. So. Shout out to JP Justice.
So first of all, let's talk about your website and things that you're doing, because Healing the Hoodz Corp is like a spiritual sanctuary for the inner growth and healing for people. Let's talk about, why did you decide to name your company Healing Hoodz Corp? What was that all about, my dear?
So one of the main reasons for me starting Healing Hoodz is because, one, I'm from the hood, from the South Bronx. You understand? I call myself the Trench Empress. There's no South Bronx. We heard BXO Day.
Big up to BX.
Right. So, growing up, in the South Bronx, I grew up in the hood. Everybody knows, many people that know of the Bronx, they call it the burned down Bronx. The South Bronx was the trenches, So sometimes to come out of that type of environment, sometimes to come out of that type of energy, there's a lot of inner healing that has to get done. Because many of us are born into the environment, and it wasn't our choice to really be born into that environment, to be born peace, to be born, many people in the trenches, in the hood, are born into crackhead mothers, crackhead fathers, abusive parenting. It's so much that's going on within our community in the hood, especially our Black community. And I felt, one way to sit and get us out of that program mindset of the hood, you understand, is the spiritual healing. Mental health is very important as well. Being born, again, I have a rough background as well, and I come from where many of the people that I work with come from trauma, from suffering from PTSD, mental health issues, trying to overstand yourself spiritually and physically. And it's like, you know, I want to touch the world when it comes to that, but I really have to touch the people that are really not being seen, which is the people in the hoods, the people in the trenches, the people that really, you know, a lot of are really not being touched. We really got to depend on each other. We can't stand too much on the outside. So I said, you know what? I want to start healing hoods. And when I started it with my readings. You understand? Doing the tarot readings, you know, come to me. Let me try to help you find your purpose. Let me try you spiritually. Let's tap into you spiritually. Let's see what's the inner healing that you need to accomplish, so like that you can move forward physically in the physical realm. And then I said, you know, and with that, later on down the line, I could sit and open, you know, recreational centers. I could open group homes. I could do, you know, centers for people that are addicted to drugs, because of course in the hoods, that's one of the main things. You know, we have a lot of addicts. There's a lot of drug addicts in the hoods that we come from. So it's just to heal. You know, there's a saying that there's marked up in the Bronx on Alexander, and it says, I want to touch the world, but let's touch the hood first. And that's the main goal, you know?
Yeah. No. Thank you very much for that. Now, you know, let's go a little deeper, because you know, we don't just get into these spiritual practices. It's something in our bloodline. So what was the journey? What was inspired your journey into spiritual healing, and how has it evolved? Was it somebody, your grandparents, your great grandparents, or anybody that came to you and while you was a child? Because a lot of things came to me back in my day when I was younger to even do. My grandmother was one of my main inspiration into numbers and remembering birthdays. So what was your inspiration? Who in your family, and any side, mom or dad? Let's go there. Come on.
So when it came to spirituality, to learning what spirituality is and being a spiritual person, I have to give a major shout out to my Aunt Millie from my mom's side, who's my mother's aunt. My mom's side, I grew up with my Hispanic side. Of course, my mom is Puerto Rican and Cuban. My dad is Black. And growing up with my Spanish side, they were more Jehovah Witness. It was a Jehovah Witness family. And then, right. And then my dad's side, you know, Baptist. And I've always been, since very young, if it didn't make sense to me, I'm not rocking with it. If it doesn't make sense, and I'm telling you, from the age of 5, 6, 7 years old, my mom could tell you, like, if she will give the face, and once she put the face, just leave her alone. She's not rocking with it. Very young. And growing, you know, my first experience with spirit alone, you understand, because all of this is spirit. We won't know none of this. I won't have anything that I have, or the knowledge, even if I didn't have the experience with spirit. I was around 8 years old. This was around the time that my dad transitioned. You know, my dad committed suicide when I was 8. So that was a big, major awakening for myself, being very young.
Wait. Hold on. Stick a pin. At 8 years of age?
Yes.
When you was 8? You know what's so funny? Because you're born on the 19th, which is actually a 10, which is a 1. 8 is one of the challenge numbers to the number 1.
Right.
That's how deep it gets. Because at the age of 8, I almost took my life. And a bombardment of ancestors came to me and said, "What are you doing?" In my head.
Amen.
And so far, and then I just ran out the bathroom, and then I started crying in my room. But that 8, because I'm born first, so that 8 is very significant in our life. So go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yes, and you know, like I told you, I'm learning about these numbers too. I'm learning, so it's like I overstand. But yeah, 8 years old.
Yes.
You know, 8 years old was when I really had that first out of body experience. Because again, to find out that you're 8 years old, I already know what committed suicide was at 8 years old. Like who really knows at 8 years old what your father committed suicide really stands for? So I had that first out of body experience, and I felt like I was like it hit.
Yes.
And from there on, you know, I started seeing more stuff. Like I've always would see things walk by my house, or see this flashing here, or somebody standing there. Nobody was there. And I never mentioned it until I got older, and I felt, excuse my language, honestly, I was like, 8 years old, 9 years old. I'm like, fuck this shit. I'm gonna just start telling people what it is because I know I'm not crazy. And my real deep, genuine first experience was when I seen this entity next to me, and it was like, you know how when you're talking to yourself in your head, they said, tell them don't sit on that chair because they're gonna fall. And I said, don't sit on that chair because you're gonna fall. And they said, get out here with that crazy shit. And they sat on the chair and they fell.
And they fell.
Said,
hey, you guys start listening.
That was my first experience. Now, did it creep me out? Yes, it did, because again, I didn't understand what was happening to me. I was raised in a household of Jehovah's Witnesses that really didn't accept me really much for who I am, because I always questioned everything. If it didn't make sense, I'm not rocking with it. So I tend to sit and listen to the family. This is why I'm very big on mental health too. Listen to the family. We thought I was crazy, going to psychiatrists, going to therapy, putting me on medication until I had, my grandmother, shout out to my grandmother from my father's side, who's Baptist. Okay. But my grandmother, even with her being Baptist, she overstood her ancestors. My grandmother had a wall, and in this wall, it was a wall, and it was a church. It looked like a church, but it was just a wall, and it's church chairs, and you see all the people. She will paint the people that will sit on the church, and you have the Bibles, but every person, even though they were sitting on a church chair, represented somebody from our family that transitioned. Ooh.
I'm here.
Okay, so she's the one that taught me about God, and my Aunt Millie's the one that pushed me more into understanding who our Eguns are, our ancestors, understanding the saints, understanding the Orishas, understanding the history of spirituality, and how spirituality and religions, all of that began. She was the one that taught me how to break down the Bible and certain things, linguistics, and how everything is all in, it's just breaking things down. So my first experience was when I was 8, and shout out to my Aunt Millie for teaching me about spirit, teaching me about our ancestors, and shout out to my grandmother for teaching me about who God is as well.
Let's give those ancestors a well-deserved round of applause, because they deserve it. Yeah, let me give them a round of applause right here. Where you at? Oh man. So I know you deal with tarot, you deal with crystals, you deal with a lot of different things. What got you into the tarot? When did you start evolving and going towards tarot advisory, and what pulled you towards that?
So tarot, I was 14. Tarot was the first time so y'all gonna laugh, right? Don't laugh at me, okay?
Go ahead.
I was told, this was what I was told, and everybody has different beliefs, but of course, going in, learning, like, I'm really interested in tarot, I want to learn. They told me, you have to steal your first tarot deck. You have to steal it. So it took me around 3 weeks to get the nerve to sit and go into a store and steal tarot. I went into the store to go steal it, but I didn't steal it. I bought it. I bought it. And when I bought that first deck, it was the Native American tarot deck. And when I bought that first deck and when I opened it, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I didn't know what it was. I was sad. I shuffled it. I did things that I seen other people that I knew do tarot do, and cards was falling, and I just didn't understand. So that forced me to sit and say, nope, don't fuck with this like that. You don't know what you're calling. You don't know what you're doing. So make sure you sit and you learn how to do this. And from the age of 14, I started tapping, learning more, reading more, going to spiritual stores. I will go into botanicas. I will go into other different mythological stores. Are there tarot readers here? Can I meet a tarot reader? Classes. I've done classes with certain people, and then of course self-knowledge, me teaching myself certain things and understanding things when it came to tarot. So from the age of 14 to around 17, I'm gonna say, once I had my oldest son, I would just do the tarot readings on people that I knew. Oh, come, let me try it with you. Let me try.
Yes.
It wasn't until I was around 25, 26 that I started tapping, like I said, 17, I had my son, going through the life journey, the thing I went through. I froze. I stopped for a very long time. I will still honor my ancestors and give them their offerings and honor them and ask for the things that I need, but I wasn't practicing the way I needed to. until I turned around 27 years old, and I said, nope, it's time to get back on it. And I met certain people, and I started the process for my scratching and Palo Mayombe. But I've been doing tarot since I was 14, on and off. And it wasn't until around 6 years ago that, you know, I social media, everything with social media, all the experiences that I've gone through, you know, people trust us with their lives when it comes to getting a reading. When it comes to this journey of spiritual healing, and when they come to you as an advisor, these are people that are trusting you with their lives. Whatever you say, they're going with that.
Right. They're going with it.
They're going with it. So it's when I started seeing that this was becoming a trend. Crystals were becoming a trend. Tarot is becoming a trend. People are abusing their gift to sit and abuse people. I said, you know what? Let me go on Instagram and start going live doing readings and show people that this shit ain't a game. My best to sit and show people that there are people out here that do it with bad intentions, but not here in Healing Hoodz Corp. And out there, like just tapping in. The first time I did it publicly, where it's just not people that I know, was on Facebook. On Facebook, I joined a group where they allowed you to do readings. You could go live and do readings in the group, as long as you offered free readings, but you could put your Cash App up and ask for donations. You could ask for donations, but you're offering free readings. And the first time I did it was 6 years ago on this live. And when I pressed go live, I had 200 people on that live.
Woo! Wow.
200 people on that live. And when I tell you, I was nervous as hell. But when Spirit came through, once I took them cards out and that first card fell, you couldn't tell me nothing. That was the first time I read I read Nigeria, I read Colombia, I read North Carolina, Arizona, Texas. I was just reading people throughout the state. I had to get moderators, and it's been 6 years that I've been going on social media and just doing what I do.
And you know, it's interesting because, want to remind everybody that we're here with Tomika Royale. Make sure you hit up her on a website. The website and her direct link to her Linktree is in the description, but it's also pinned to the top of this chat. So make sure you go to that. Remember, she does have Cash App and she does have Zelle, so it's right here on the board. Now, do you have PayPal too? Can they go through Healing Hoodz? Okay.
BAM Cosmetics right now is my Cash App, and then my Zelle, of course. So that's all I have right now.
Okay, so that's all she has. Just want to make sure, though, you can support her if you want to even book a session with her. Yes. You know, you're more than welcome to do so. She's very good at what to do, and she does it live on her Instagram. And you still do Facebook too? You still do it on Facebook? Yes, she still do it live on Facebook. Now, coming from a religious family, that Jehovah's Witness, I studied with them, but I've never joined anything. But I know how strict they can be, just like with the Bible and these type of things, these type of modalities, because, of course, them coming from, you know, the teachings of John Rutherford and Charles Russell and all of that, because I remember studying that whole history and everything. Now, how was your family acceptance of this? Because we always become these black, I don't even like to call it black sheep, I call it the gray sheep. The gray sheep of the family, because they always trying to make it negative for black people. But the gray sheep of the family. How did your Jehovah's Witness family feel about you going down that road heavily like that?
I'm 37 years old and they still don't accept it. And I have to learn to accept that they will never accept it.
hey, gunshot. Gunshot. Oh yeah.
It's the truth. You know, I've been called. I'm gonna tell you a story, right? I'm gonna tell you a story.
Please.
I'm not a disrespectful person. I respect everybody and their choice of faith. Your choice of faith is your choice of faith, and you feel that's your purpose. You stick to it. There's no control over it.
Right.
But don't come at me with that you feel is correct, because I'm not one to argue with anybody about things that I think that I know. I'm gonna argue with something that I could go like this and say, here's the facts, right? Since young, I've always argued about certain things. My grandmother, my mom's mother, who's a very deep Jehovah's Witness, right? She will. I've always went like this. Okay, since young, I've always did the cross. Since young, I've always said, thank you, Archangel Michael, for your protection. Since young, I've always done it because I'm my Aunt Millie. I was raised with my mother's side. And she would come, Jehová don't like that. Jehová. Jehovah. Jehová no le gusta eso. Jehová don't like that.
I love it.
And I would say, well, Jehová don't gotta like it, but I do.
Right? That's right.
But it's not to be disrespectful. It was just, Jehovah's Witness could be very mean. They can be very mean.
Yep.
So they didn't accept it. I've been called demon child. I've been called a devil worshiper. I've been called so many things out of Tomika Essence Robertson. Right? I've been called so many things outside of my name, and you know what I do? I'll go get that shit put on a shirt.
Wait a minute. Wait, hold on. Your last name is Robertson?
Robertson. Yes, that's my maiden name.
Now, hold on one second. Is the Robertson from the Cuban side or the Puerto Rican side?
My father's side.
That's Cuban or black? Okay, because my uncle was named Hector Robinson from out of Cuba. I'm like, wait a minute. From out of Cuba. So I'm like, wait where you get this Robinson from? Wait a minute. Hector, may he rest in peace. He was a bodybuilder, and he was a bodybuilder, and I believe he was mentioned in a documentary because I think he went up against Arnold Schwarzenegger back. So Hector Robinson, Robinson from Cuba, He was Cubano.
But
go ahead.
I was called out of my name a lot, and like I said, I've never been a sensitive person, even from young. And again, losing my dad at a young age and the way that I lost him forced me not to be sensitive, forced me to sit and just be strong and stern, because I had to overstood. Tuti, you gotta sit and that's my nickname, Tuti. Tuti, you gotta. I had to accept at a young age I'm stuck with my mother's side. I had to accept it. Again, growing up, it was trials and tribulations. So I've never been sensitive. I've never been the type to be sensitive. So if you called me out of my name, and again, growing up with a Hispanic family that could tend to be very racist as well, I've been called so many different names that I'm like, yo, I'll just put it on a shirt and I'll rock it. Like, you want to call me a witch? I'll get a hat that says witch. I don't consider myself a witch. I consider myself a high priestess. But hey, fuck it, I'll get the hat. I'm sarcastic like that.
That's right. I just put the words. Which witch do you call me? Which witch do you call me? Exactly. the good or the bad? Because there was a good name.
Exactly. So it's been.
Go ahead. What you saying? It's been what?
Okay.
No. I mean, no. Go finish your thought.
It's a journey. It's a journey when you're doing things outside of the traditional values.
Yes,
I broke out of a lot of traditions that people felt that this is just it. When deep down inside, you have to look deep into the spirituality world. You got to understand, not only just read on it, but some things you just got to experience and practice to know and see, okay, you know what? Now I get it. This is not for me, but I understand why people are stuck on this or why they sit and they do this. I tell my family all the time, y'all can sit and feel how it is that y'all feel, but deep down, at the end of the day, I still love y'all.
That's right.
Love,
all love. It's all love. And that's what you should, especially because you're connected to that Taurus energy, which in numerology is connected to that 6, which is the loving frequency. But don't mess around. She's born under that 19. She will say what she mean and mean what she say. Ain't no doubt about that. So that's one thing I don't miss.
You heard?
Word. You heard. Now tell us about getting into chakras and crystal. How is this incorporated into the Healing the Hoodz Corp? How is that incorporated, please?
So chakras, the reason I work with chakras because chakras teaches us about our internal healing, right? So when I explain about chakras, I explain the chakras, how it's healing physically and spiritually. Like the root chakra, the root chakra is your stability, your structure, being grounded, but physically that's your spine, your tailbone. Your stability. If we don't got that spine, we ain't stable. We can't stand. Nothing could form together. So I got into the chakras because, again, tapping into this and getting into the spirituality and being a messenger, being a medium. I didn't start off with chakras and tarot. I didn't start off with number. I didn't start off with none of that. I started off with intuition. I started off with sitting back and really just communicating with spirit without no type of tools. No type of tools, no chakras, no stones. So the chakras, I got into more, the chakras, I'm going to say about 11 years now when I started doing therapy again. When I went back into therapy, you know, it was, I'm probably longer than, it's been more than 11 years because Maddie's, it's been longer than 11 years. You know, I was diagnosed back in around 2012, 2013 with ovarian cancer. I had a mass in my ovary, and that really put a strain on me. I got scared. You know, as a person that's very strict, like I'm not scared of death. I tell everybody, I'm not scared of death, but I'm scared of leaving Earth sooner than I'm supposed to and not being able to enjoy my kids, my grandkids, and my greats. So that really scared me. And when I started going to therapy again to take me out of that trauma, because I already had surgery, I'm already clean, I'm already good, but I was still, I still had it in my head. And when I went back to therapy, she's the one that introduced me to the chakras. And she, you know, and I'm grateful for her. Shout out to Kim, you know, and I wish she was still my therapist to this day. She was a spiritual therapist. She was a therapist and she was licensed to be a therapist, but she was also spiritual. And she aligned me. She said, you know, she goes, I understand you when you sit and you say, because I explained to her, I said, people sit and I've been diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. I've been diagnosed with multiple personality disorder. I don't feel I'm crazy. I don't feel like I'm crazy. And I tell, and she understood when I said, and I told her, I don't feel that I'm crazy. I just feel is the energy switching because of whatever spirit is around me that's trying to communicate with me. I'm not the person, that's not me. That's not my energy. So you can't say I have a personality disorder. I'm just going by the energy of the spirit that's speaking to me. So she's the one that she said, well, maybe you should learn about the chakras. So like that you could align yourself internally better so you could communicate better more in the physical realm. And it's been about 13 years that I've been really tapping into the chakras. The stones, what made me tap into the stones was 7 years ago in Harlem. Going to the walk-in store, getting my wheatgrass shot and my drinks and stuff. This African gentleman came up to me and he said, who heals the healer? And I said,
wow, Dr. Staby used to say that. Go ahead.
He said, who heals the healer? And I'm like, God. He goes, yeah, God heals the healer. But when we talking in this physical realm now, your physical self, your mental, your brain, your all of that, who heals it? And I was like, you tell me. He said, I want you to hold this stone. And it was a Moldavite stone.
I have it upstairs, Moldavite, yes.
And he said, I want you to carry this stone and I want you to hold this stone. He goes, you know what's this? And I said, no. I said, I know about rose quartz. And at the time I was holding a tiger. I was wearing a tiger's eye. But I wasn't deep. I wasn't deep into the stones the way I am now. And he explained to me so much it was a 5-minute talk that felt like hours, right? And he was just breaking things down to me. He led me across the street. This is a long across the street to this shaman. Her name is Shamanic Healings, and she has her van and everything and her stones. And she started explaining about amber, citrine, ventrine, jade, and her telling me all of that. And not only was she breaking down the name and their properties, but also the chemicals that they're made out of and where they come from and how they're formed. The first thing that came to my mind was weed. Ask me why, I don't know. When they started, explaining it to me, came to my mind was weed. And I'm like, for how can I learn about stones and marijuana? Because for many years, I've always been studying CBD, THC, the healing aspect for its skin. I have BAM Cosmetics. I wanted a cosmetic with CBD. It was a lot. And the stones, learning about the stones pushed me more to no more about the internal healing and how they work and the different aspects and the energies that they give. So the stones, I'm going to say, and I wish I knew his name, but shout out to Harlem. Shout out to Harlem, New York. For being a spiritual, because you go to Harlem and you, no matter where you go, from 125th, well, the dope heads and the crackheads, you feel you feel that everybody's friendly, everybody loves each other. That's spiritual, that whole spiritual of love. You feel that in Harlem. So shout out to Harlem for getting me into the stones.
big shout out to Harlem. Let me give them a well-deserved round of applause. I love Harlem. my heavy works in Harlem at the National Black Theater. So big up to them and all the whole crew over there. And I've done all the people there. Now, I want to go back to the tarot, if you don't mind. Okay. Mm-hmm. Now, how do you approach tarot consultations for clients dealing with trauma or sensitive issues?
So when it comes to tarot was created for the elite back in the days, for the real supreme people back in the 1400s. Right. And they will sit and pull out these cards to sit and get advice on what it is that they need to do to prosper, because these are highly divine people, right? It wasn't until around the 1800s that people really started using tarot as a tool for healing, to communicate with spirit and to sit and have some type of divine lineage and some type of communication. Tarot is 74 cards that is teaching you about life, the different journeys and the different things about life. We have the major arcana cards. We have the arcana card, which is the major secrets, the secrets and the major secrets. And that goes from the Fool card to the Magician card to the Temperance to the Devil to the Lovers to the Death, all of those cards. And then we have the books of Cups, the Book of Swords, the Book of Wands, the Book of Pentacles. And when somebody comes to me for a consultation and I pull these cards, the cards represent, each card has a definition, has a different property. It represents something, has a different definition. Let's say I pull out the Magician card. It's about your magic and how you do and the work that you put together and the pots and everything, things that you put together to sit and create this magical experience from your life to your kids to doing magic to get your car, is the control that we have in our life, right? And the Pentacles is the seeds that you plant, the journeys that you go through with the seeds that you plant. That's the Pentacles, Book of Pentacles. From the Ace of Pentacles, when God is handing you the seed, I'm going to give you the seed to plant. How are you going to plant it? How are you going to take care of it? What you're going to do with it? How are you going to make it prosper? The seed you plant goes from your kids to your job, to your career, to what you're creating. That's your Pentacles. The Swords, the battles. You understand? God is giving you that first sword. I'm giving you the sword for the new challenges that you have to deal with consistently throughout your life. And it teaches you all the different battles you have, from betrayal to hate, to envy, to jealousy, to cheating, to marriages, relationships not working. From the Ace of Swords to the King of Swords, it's just teaching you about all of that. The Cups is our emotions. You understand? When God hands you that overflowing cup of emotions, it teaches us from how we hate, how we love, how we feel. It teaches us that. So when somebody comes to anybody, any person that does tarot readings, when we pull those cards are telling us what you're going through. So if we sit in and let's say, we have the Three of Swords. If I sit and I pull the Three of Swords, it's automatically telling me you're heartbroken. You're dealing with some type of grief. You're dealing with something when it comes to your heart and it hurts. It's a battle of trauma, the battle of pain. So the cards allow spirit to communicate through me to give you a message on whatever healing it is that you need. Trust me, there's people that come to me, they don't need no healing, everything is okay, and I'm like, yo, you good, you got the 10 of Pentacles.
Exactly. Big up, Crystal. Thank you very much, Oracle. She said, Crystal cards, meditation, and purpose of living in this false matrix is to learn to die right and leaving the matrix permanently. Bless up to Brother Panic. Yeah, that was my boy, Brother Panic.
Bless up, light and progress. Yes.
My brother. Yeah, that's my brother. I just texted his wife for her birthday earlier in August. So, now another question I'd like to share with you now. How do you stay grounded and centered while working these intense or negative energies that might come? How do you stay grounded? What's going on with that? How do you do that?
Mental health is very real, guys.
Yes,
mental health is very real. I tell everybody, we are all gifted with this gift to communicate with our higher sources, our higher power, with spirit. We all have this gift, but you have to make sure you are mentally stable to sit and do stuff like this. You have to really know and understand yourself and know your intuition and know who you are and be confident in who you are and know that you could trust in what it is that you're feeling, because this could be very, very challenging. I'm mental health is serious, just mental health. I've dealt with people. I'm a mom. Okay. Yes, being a mom, with 5 children and learning that each of my kids have different personalities and I have to deal with each and every one of them accordingly, differently. I can't deal with one the way I deal with the other because they're different. It goes with the same way with my collective. Some people need to hear me speak to them a little more stern than what I do others. Some people I talk to them a little more soft, and some people I just don't deal with them, period.
Right.
Mental health is very serious. I'm grateful for what it is that I do. Do I have challenging moments? Yes, I do. But I want Healing Hoodz Corporation is that we don't give up on you. No matter what it is. If I can't work with you, trust and believe, I'm not giving up on you. I'm going to find somebody that could work with you. That's me not giving up on you. Because sometimes your challenge could just be too much for me and my lifestyle. But trust and believe there's other people around that's going to sit and help you. And I will make sure of it. There's other people that I've sat and I've done readings for them and I sent them their money back and I said, I can't do it. You're not for me. You know, I tell people I know I can't save everybody, but I know I could sit and reach out to some, and I'm happy with being able to sit and work with the some. Not everybody's for me, and I understand that.
That is the truth. That is the truth. And I'm glad that you do recognize. I some people, I'll tell people, look, that's beyond my pay grade. I do not do this and I'm not doing that.
Right.
Especially when it comes to suicide. I have the suicide hotline on speed dial for somebody anytime because they were trained to talk people down. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to that, so I'm very, very, very adamant about, staying in my own lane to motivate you. But if you're not open to the motivation or the numerovation, like I call it, it won't work. So you might need the therapist. You might need somebody beyond that for us that are spiritual or doing these type of modalities, and then come back to us for the guidance and taking you where you got to go. But, but now, how do you stay attuned with the latest developments of these different modalities? Because there's always a new tarot card, there's always a new there's always something new. How do you stay in attuned with what's going on out there with all?
So with all the tarot cards that's out there, of course, everything is energy. When it comes to tarot cards, whoever made those cards is a spiritualist, is a spiritual person that knows tarot or that does tarot. Whoever made those cards, I don't know what's their work spiritually. They could work the black table, they could work the white table. So I don't just sit and go, I've been struggling with mental wellness, depression for over 34 years. Yes, I understand. So I don't just buy any tarot card or any tarot deck. If I see a tarot deck and I like it, I grab it. And if I it's not calling to me, I don't buy it, because again, we don't know these people that made these tarot cards. Somebody could have made, let me say this is a tarot deck. Somebody could have made this tarot deck and she or he works the black table. I don't want that energy in my house. And I'm gonna feel if it's a black table worker because I'm not a black table worker. And my egos are gonna say, nope, don't touch those cards. They don't belong in your house. So I go by energy. If the cards doesn't call onto me, oh, those are cute, but I don't want it. If people I don't take tarot cards as gifts. Don't gift me a tarot deck because I'm not gonna accept it. Because you could have bought me those tarot cards with good intentions, but the energy of the maker who made those cards is not for me. So that's how I go by when it comes to buying my tarot decks. I do my best not to buy tarot decks online. I just recently bought 3 decks online. Come to find out they were bootleg decks. They wasn't even the original decks.
Not bootleg. Not bootleg
decks, y'all. It's crazy.
Bootleg tarot decks. They got bootleg crystals and stones out there. I can't believe. I'm like, when they told me that.
The sun, y'all. So listen, this is
bootleg in the sun.
Spooky out here. But that's why I choose not to buy tarot decks from. I need to feel it. I need to see them. I need to interact with those cards because when I buy those cards, I have to introduce those cards to my spirit guides. I have to sit and go to my altar and present the cards to them. This is a new tool for us to use. So yeah.
Now I notice you keep on saying spirit guide. What system are you working with? Ifa, Akan, Santeria? Where are you going with this? Which one?
So I am a heavy practicer of the Yoruba religion. Okay.
Okay.
I'm initiated in Palo Mayombe, and I'm in the process of initiation of Santeria. Okay. Palo Mayombe is more working with the dead, working more with spirit. Santeria is more working with the divine, the spirits, the angels, the saints, and stuff like that. Palo Mayombe, we work with our homies. We do the root work. Palo means stick. We do with the sticks. And many people sit and work with Palo Mayombe's bones. We work with bones. We work with. I don't work with human bones. I do chicken bones and stuff like that. But overstand, many high priestess of Palo Mayombe do work with the remains of humans because we work with the dead. You understand? That's Palo Mayombe. And we have Santeria, which is all a spiritual group that was broken down from the Yoruba people, of the Yoruba religion. So I'm definitely a believer in our practice of Ifa. And when I say spirit guides, I'm talking about my spirit guides, the spirits that walk with me. Many of us have 7, many have 2. When we have thousands, overstand, we have thousands and thousands of spirit guides that work with us. But I have 2 entities that walk with me all day, every day, and that work with me to sit and help you guys. Lead you guys to the water. I have 2 male spirits that walk with me. That's why I'm so very tough and stern the way I am when it comes to the spirit guides, and I'm so masculine because my egums, my 2 spirits are male, they're masculine. So when I do say spirit guides, I'm talking about the spirits that work with me to do this.
That's what's so interesting, because 1 and 9 in numerology are male energies. Very interesting. Although Taurus is connected to the female, that direct personal number is a male energy. Direct. Those 1 and that 9 is always So one is direct and the one is gonna fight. The other one is direct and one is, so I already see one.
That's dumb. But I have to, because I understand their energy. I know who they are. So when I do have readings and I am interacting with, like, people think I'm crazy. People gonna think I'm crazy, and that's people that don't understand what it is that I do. My spirit guides, if I'm doing a reading on somebody, and if my spirit guides don't like yours, it's gonna be a problem.
It's gonna be I heard that before. Now, I just shared it with my cousin who's a Babalao. I don't know what he's probably working now, but he's a Babalao, and he's from Cuba. He's from Cuba, and he's a Babalao, and he's he's in Orlando, so he might watch this later because he might be working and doing his thing. So big up to him. He's married to a Puerto Rican beautiful empress out there. Big up to my cousin Shango. Big up to my cousin. I know Shango follows me, so I hold that. I already know how that is. So
don't get me started with Shango.
You know what I'm saying? So I even wrote a reggae song called Shango.
I gotta hear that one. I gotta blast that upstairs for him.
I'll play it before we finish. I want to play it before we finish. But I just want to remind people, remember, Tomika Royale is our guest tarot advisor. She works with crystals. She works with stones. She's a mom. She's the founder of Healing Hood Corp. Make sure you contact her via the email that you see on here. And you can spread love through Cash App and also Zelle. You got to spread love. If you enjoy what we're doing, and everybody's saying they enjoy what we're doing, please spread love. Go to her website, hit her up, and the links are already pinned in the chat. You can call in to ask her a question. The number right now, if you want to call in real quick before we close out, we're going to be here till around 10 o'clock, probably 10:15, but the number is right here above me at 718-210-8853. If you live in through the WhatsApp, you can do it through WhatsApp, or you can do it through regular phone line if you want to call in and talk to our guest. The name is Tomika Royale, and the number is 718-210-8853. That's 718-210-8853. You can ask her questions. Don't ask about tarot spreads. You don't have her cards with her right now. Just ask her the importance of mental health and what she does with her healing and how you can get consultations. But please call in and talk to her right now at 718-210-8853. That's 718-210-8853. Now, a lot of our religious persons don't know that a lot of these spiritual systems, that religion comes from a lot of those spiritual systems. Like I've had Professor James Smalls, who live up towards your way, Westchester and all that time. He lives up that way, and he always talks about, because he's a Babalao and he's been practicing all that since he's like almost 80 years of age, and he talked about
Mhm.
all of that. And a lot of them don't realize that a lot of it is already the religion. It was there before the religion. Whether you're doing voodoo or hoodoo and all that, is there before the religion. How have some of the religious clients come to you, and what was some of the vibes that you got from certain religion when you knew there was religious clients or they believed in Jesus or Muhammad or whatever? How did they interact with you during your session? Because I know they come to you somehow, some way.
You know, I've had the ones that like to test my gangster. You know,
Yeah,
you
that's
have
what
a lot of those.
that's what they do.
You have a lot of the ones that test your gangster, but because like I said, I don't come in this to challenge nobody.
That's right.
I do this to lead you guys to the water, and you have to choose to drink it once you get there. So I do have people that have you ever got a reading before? No, this is my first time. I was born in such and such. This is what it is. And I say, I'm not here to knock you for what it is that you believe. I'm just here to give you the message that you need to hear.
That's right.
When they ask questions on, but what is the Ifa? But what is this? Especially like the main ones that I break it down to a lot is Catholic people that are Catholic.
Somebody just said that too. Yes.
People that are Catholic, you know, breaking it down to them that the Catholic religion does come from Yoruba. These saints and the saints that you guys are honoring are basically have the same properties as the Orichas, but we wasn't allowed to honor our Orichas because we were slaves. And the colonizers.
Somebody's calling in. Hold on. Hold on. Before. Yes, hello. Who are we speaking for? Who are we speaking with?
Bless up, brothers and sisters, Oracle Eyes.
Oracle Eyes, how you doing?
Eyes, blessings.
I'm good. How are you?
Yes, do you have a question for our guest, Tomika Royale?
Yes, thank you, sister, so much for being on the show and doing all the work that you do. And my question is, it's so difficult. What would be your suggestion for Black people to be able to find Black therapists? Because I find talking to therapists throughout my life, most of them have been Caucasian, and it's very hard for me to make them understand certain truths for them to even understand where I'm coming from.
I got a few Black therapists for you, but go ahead, Tomika.
So when it comes, I've always...
hold on 1 second, Tomika. We're going to hang up and you're going to listen to the answer, okay, beautiful? All right? All right, beautiful. Thank you.
Nice talking to you, honey.
All right. Thank you very much, Oracle Eyes. I think she called from Canada, too. That was good.
Come on, shout out to Canada.
All right, go ahead. Answer that, please.
So comfortability is very important when it comes to speaking to somebody about your mental health, when it comes to your trauma, because we go through stuff in life and we have gone through stuff in life that will be considered embarrassing, and because it's embarrassing to us because we think we're the first and the last.
Right.
I've gone through numbers and numbers of therapists before I sat and I found the right one. I'm not the one that sits and looks for a certain type of therapist. I don't care if you're male. I don't care if you're female. I don't care what your culture, nationality is making sure that I'm comfortable and I feel you understand where I'm coming from.
Right.
So when it comes to finding like a Black therapist, I won't be able to answer that with the grace of God. You said and you asked that question and boom, here we go. We got King Simon saying, I know a few, I got you. I could sit and link you up with. The best advice I could sit and give, my love, is just making sure you're going out and you're looking and you're feeling comfortable. It doesn't matter who it is. Make sure that you're comfortable and you feel safe. It's a safe space for you to express, because therapy is to cry. Therapy is to heal. Therapy is to feel comfortable enough to express, I was raped when I was young. And by who I was raped by is embarrassing. No, it's not embarrassing. You just need to release it. So it's all about the comfortability and being in your safe space. So Queen, I won't be able to give an advice of just finding a Black therapist, but I could give you the advice is keep looking until you're comfortable.
And I'm gonna put Dr. Alicia's right here because she's a very sensitive therapist. and she's very down to earth, Dr. Alicia Watkins. So coachingwithdralicia.com. That's coaching with, because I've had her on my show before, very sensitive. And another person is Nikki Shepherd. I'll see if I can find her. But if you text me or hit me up on IG, but not on this on WhatsApp, not at this number that you just called, but on my other number, and I can send you. I can cut and paste and send you. This is the number that you can hit me up, and I'll send you a few good Black therapists that are very sensitive. Majority of them are women, but they're very good at what they do. I've had them on my show. I even have a hypnotic therapist on, and they live in Toronto also. They helped me with some hypnosis, and they helped me to get down here to Georgia. And I was out of New York. I mean, as soon as I did the hypnotic therapy, girl, I started packing the next day.
Come on now. Come on. And not to change the conversation, I see that her name is Oracle.
Oracle,
you understand? Her name is Oracle. You just having that name alone is an open spirit. You have an open spirit. So you have to be in a safe space to sit and be able to and speak your experience, because you are a very aligned person. So it's all about your comfortability, my love. If you are comfortable with just dealing with a Black therapist, keep looking until you find the perfect one.
Right. And Oracle, I just put it in the chat for you too. I just put it in the chat so you can just click on that and then go right to her website and check out what she does. She happens to be the wife of Boyce Watkins, brother Boyce Watkins. So big up to them. Boyce have calmed down since he got married to her. Believe me. So, so I see why it worked.
Right. It works.
And my hypnotic therapist, she lived in the Bronx. She moved to Canada. She's been into hypnosis for the last 25, almost 30 years. So
hypnosis is very good for shadow work. Shadow work is amazing.
Very good. Her name is Kendall. Her name is Hypnosis with Kendall on IG, and it's called hypnosiswithkendall.com, I believe. Hypnosis with Kendall. But on IG, it's Hypnosis with Kendall. So you could hit her up on IG. Very good people. And she'll do it over Zoom and all that, but she also sends you the recording so you can listen to it over and over again in your own head. So very good. And the guy she's married to is the disaster preparedness dude from the Bronx, Eitan Edwards. He has calmed down since he's been married. So
Come on now. It works sometimes. It does work, y'all. It does work sometimes.
Oh, it worked. And she's very respectful. She's not going to try to turn you into a frog and all that kind of crazy.
Not turning you into a frog. That's
you be going ribbit as soon as you see a key. But she has helped a lot of Europeans, Asians, all types of people. And remember, people like Tiger Woods did hypnosis. Bruce Williams to stop smoking. Tiger Woods to get his focus. Mike Tyson have done it to get their focus. A lot of celebrities do it, and it goes back to Kemet. It goes back to their old hypno. And as a matter of fact, I studied about reading a book on tarot, and they said it went back to Italy, and it was inspired by Kemet. And of course, more than likely, the Moors probably helped carry a lot of that information.
I was just gonna. You took the words right out of my mouth.
Exactly. So, and I wonder why you never wrote your produce your own tarot cards. Why don't you? Come on now, that part, you're number one. You need to do that. That's what you're supposed to be doing.
So I'm in the process now, letting everybody know. I am in the process now of creating my own tarot deck. It takes. I've been planning on it for a year, working on it for about a month or two now. Because I'm also focusing. I'm writing my book now. I'm writing my book.
Oh, let's get that a round of applause. Give all of that a round of applause. Come on, girl. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm writing my book, and the book is called Stoner Vibes. And the book is basically explaining my journey. Because like I said, when I tapped into the crystals, I automatically thought about marijuana. So with my book, with Stoner Vibes, of course, when you smoke weed, you a stoner. And of course, the stones. And it's the healing of combining both marijuana and the stones. The healing of certain stones and certain marijuana strains and working with them together. How it helps you heal in many different type of ways. So that's my book. My book is called Stoner Vibes, Confirmation. Shout out to Bill. Happy Savior Sunday, you heard? So that's the book. I'm starting my book. It's called, like I said, pay attention, stay tuned, Stoner Vibes. And I'm basically teaching you guys the different strains from sativa to indica, all these different strains, and which stone you could sit and have in your hand or have around your neck or have in a bath with you while you're smoking this certain strain that will sit and heal you mentally, physically, emotionally, you know. So that's gonna be the book that I'm writing. And then, like I said, the tarot deck that I'm creating right now, I want it to represent not only the hood, you understand what I'm saying, but I want it to be very retro. I want it retro. I want it to have the, you know, the 90s effect to it. I want it to be healing, but also modern as well. So I'm, you know, trying to sit and put everything together. I'm trying to include the stones, include marijuana to certain, you know, cards, of course, numbers and stuff. So stay tuned. Them cards are coming. They coming.
I got like 2 more questions, but I wanted the people to show you a website. I want to make sure people see your website. This is a website, a beautiful website. Make sure you go to her website. It's pinned at the top of the chat right now. It's pinned at the top of the chat. All of this, her IG, direct link to her IG, healing _Hoodz _Corp, and of course Healing Hood Corp's .z.am. Make sure you click on that link. It takes you directly there. So make sure, and she got a lot of stuff going on in here. So you want to support what she's doing. She got spiritual healing services, chakra cleansing services, crystal healing services, all of this good stuff she got about her company and everything. She's doing what she got to do, and she's building up a great clientele, and she got pictures and all kinds of stuff of what she does. She burning sage and Palo Santo and all kind of stuff in there. So you gotta respect what she's doing.
Gotta respect the gangster. Gotta respect it.
Respect the gangster. And respect the gangster. She from the boogie down. I used to live in the Bronx over there near matter of fact, near Parkside Plaza, up the block from Parkside Plaza. That was an old party.
So shout out to the Bronx, because the Bronx produced me. You heard the Bronx raised me. The Bronx raised me, okay?
Now the 2 questions I do have. Can you share some tips for creating a sacred space for tarot reading, especially for those up and coming tarot people that want to do consultations like that?
So like people that want to start doing tarot,
start doing it if they feel that they're compelled to pull. What kind of space should they should
so create? When you want, again, tarot cards are just a tool for you to communicate with your spirit guides, to communicate with spirit, to sit and give you a message. You know, there's people that use tarot as a tool. There's people that use coconut shells as a tool. There's people that use cowrie shells to sit and do readings. There's soap, smoke. People burn charcoal and put certain things in the charcoal to sit and burn, and they could read you through the smoke. There's so many different tools that you could sit and use to communicate with spirit, to sit and heal yourself or heal thy other.
Right.
When it comes to this, that means you have to meditate and you have to contemplate. You have to make sure that you're breathing. You have to make sure that your chakras are aligned. You have to make sure that you're mentally stable. You have to have that sacred space, that good space where if it's not in your room, you have another room. You have a certain area where you could sit and you have your stones, you have your Bible, everything that you use to keep you elevated and leveled for you to sit and do this reading for somebody. Make sure you have it. Always make sure you say your prayers. You always say a prayer before any type of, if you're doing a spiritual gathering where you're reading a whole bunch of people, or even it's just one person, overstand is still considered a spiritual gathering, because you're gathering with this one individual and their ancestors, along with your ancestors as well. So make sure you say your prayers for your spiritual gathering. Make sure you're saying a prayer for yourself as the medium, because as the medium, you're accepting all. As a medium, we have good ancestors and we have bad ancestors. Ain't nobody gonna sit and tell me I ain't have no assholes as no ancestors. I know I have ancestors that was assholes, that was pricks, that was robbers, that was probably even murderers. I know I have that.
Pedophiles, all that
pedophiles, all of that. And the same way the collective that I'm working with probably has the same thing. So it's understanding that you have to make sure your home is anointed, the space you're in is anointed, that you make sure your faith and you praise your Heavenly Father, you praise God, and you make sure you are highly protected before you sit and allow any entity to come in, because you're the medium. You're the one that's being used.
Yes.
I'm being used by all these spirits that sit and come in to sit and give a message. So it's understanding the anointment that you need to do, your mental health, having that safe space, I tell people I do readings in my room because at the moment that's the space that I have at the moment until I finish my area where I'm going to do it, because of course we just got the house. But you don't do readings in your room, because when you're in your room, that's where you sleep. And when you're sleeping, you're at your weakest moment. Your body's at the weakest moment. So there's certain areas and there's certain places you shouldn't do the readings. You know, it's just, we all have the gift. Make sure your mental health is correct, and make sure you're knowledgeable of how you're going to protect yourself, protect your family, protecting you, protecting your family, especially you're doing this from home. Everybody got it. You just got to make sure you're strong enough to know what it is that you're working with.
Powerful, powerful. I got one more question for you, beautiful. And let me give that a round of applause, because you just be breaking. You've been doing this since you was 14.
Right.
I've been watching you. I watch you on IG. I'm like, oh, she spits it like she. I tell people I could spit numerology if I was underwater with my legs tied, and I can spit, and I'll keep on. And I was telling my son the other day, I said, don't talk to me about the number 3 when I can explain the number 3.
Hello.
I can talk about the number 3 for a whole hour. A whole hour I can keep on going for each number.
Shout out to the number 3. Shout out to the number 3, because the number 3 in Ifa represents Elegua. Okay, the number 3 represents Elegua, and Elegua is the trickster, the road opener, the one that opens the paths and closes it. So shout out to the number 3. Don't fuck with number 3, okay?
like a Nancy the spider. You know what I'm saying? Well, Nancy, I grew up with that stuff.
Come on now.
Remember, family, make sure you hit up a Cash App and Zelle, and also hit her up by email if you want to contact the Book of Service. Like I tell people, I'm not afraid to share the wealth. People doing their thing. Believe me, it's going to come back, because it's all about circulation. The more you circulate it, the more it comes back to you. Last question that I have, my dear. How do you see tarot evolving in the future, and what role do you see it playing in modern spirituality?
So I can't even say that tarot is going to play a different role. Tarot is one of the biggest and one of the main readings that people come to get. Yeah. Tarot is like the number 1 way to go. So when it comes to reading, but what I can say is spirituality is rising.
Yes.
Spirituality, people are more spiritual than religious now, and that's rising. And tarot is going to become bigger than what it is, because of the fact that spirituality is rising. People are waking up. People are really waking up, and people are a bit more conscious now. You understand? And the more conscious we are, the more the world runs on spirituality, and the more the world runs on love. Again, Jesus wasn't a religious person. He was a spiritual person. And what's the one thing that Jesus taught us is love. What's the one thing that you see Jesus carrying? It don't matter if it's the white Jesus, the black Jesus, the Arab, whatever you see Jesus at, he's holding his heart.
That's right. Love.
So it's all about the love. It's all about the love. So tarot teaches, like I said, tarot teaches you about life, and tarot is going to get more bigger, because spirituality is becoming more bigger, and people are more conscious now.
All we need is love, love. All we need is love.
L-O-V-E-E-E.
Love and evolve. Go backwards.
Love and happiness. Shout out to La India. Shout out to La India. Love and happiness. Love and happiness.
Mommy, thank you very much for being a part of the journey, my dear. We broadcast. Matter of fact, we're broadcasting on your YouTube channel. What's your YouTube channel name? I see your YouTube.
Healing Hoodz Corp.
Healing Hoodz Corp. Okay, so Healing Hoodz Corp. Make sure y'all subscribe to her YouTube channel. Also, family, she's broadcasting on there right now, and also her IG, Healing Hoodz Corp. Make sure you show her some love. Remember, she got the Cash App. She got all of that. She got a website. She book sessions. She got all kinds of stuff. I think you got classes too. Yeah, you got classes.
Yes, so I'm starting my classes. I do classes. I do self-love classes through Zoom. I do self-love classes through Zoom. Now, a lot of the crystal healings and stuff I do, but you have to be local. It has to be local because those are I do a lot of hands-on healing. So some of the sessions that I do, I cannot do over technology. You will have to, it will have to be, you have to be present. But yes,
Now. What you gonna do? What you doing on October 27th? Because I'm doing something in New York. Maybe I could have you open up for me. You know, because it's gonna be popular.
You know what? I'm not even gonna say I'm not doing anything because I tend to do that. I tend to say I'm not doing anything. And oh shit, I got something to do October 27th. Let me look.
Because I also have look at your calendar right now. Because I'll be in New York until I want to do something at Nicholas. I might do a book signing at Nicholas on the 20th. Yeah, it's going to be my 29th celebration, my second leg of my 29th celebration in promotion and production, but it's going to be a book signing. And I would love to have you there.
I'm in there. I don't have nothing to do, so I'm in there. We definitely talk after this.
That's Nicholas, Brooklyn. We're going to be there. So look out. We're coming to Nicholas, Brooklyn. And that's over there on Fulton Street at Restoration Plaza, up the block from Moshood and Applebee's and all those different places. So we just confirmed this. We're going to make this happen. We're going to make this flyer happen.
Yes, we are.
Yes, if you want to do a PowerPoint, let me know. We can do a PowerPoint.
Definitely.
I give you at least a half hour, 45 minutes to an hour, then answer questions. And you can set up your vend. You can vend there too. You can vend and share your products or do readings in the back if you want. It's up to you.
We're going to set this up. It's going to be an amazing day. We're going to set it up.
It's going to be amazing, girl. So look out for that, family. Wait a minute. Somebody just called me again. You want to take one more call?
Of course. Why not?
You overdo it? Let me see.
It's 10-11, 111. Let's go. The number 3.
I know. Exactly. Who's calling me? But I don't know what happened to them. They look like they disappeared. Somebody tried. Okay, they're trying to call again. Hold on. Remember, turn down your apparatus and listen to us over the phone if you can. Who are we speaking with right here? Who are we speaking with? Oh, let me answer the phone. Who are we speaking with? Thank you for calling. Who are we speaking with? Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, turn down your apparatus and talk to us over the phone. Who are you, my dear?
My name is Ebony Simpson.
Hey, Ebony, would you like to ask my dear Tomika Royale a question, please?
Yes. So lately I've been going through some medical issues, but I'm getting better. And I'm at a place where I just feel I need to cleanse. But I feel like every time I get ready, something happens to prevent me from doing it, like a new medication or something. Okay. So my question is, should I stop? Not so much stop what the doctors are saying, but should I focus more on me and what I feel needs to be done?
Okay. Slowly. Okay, do me a favor. Let hang up and listen to us over the air, okay? Because she can't hear you if I left it. Go ahead. All right. All right. Thank you. All right. Go ahead. Answer that question, my dear, from your perspective.
So I'm very big into holistic healing. I don't trust pharmaceutical medications. You understand what I'm saying? I do go to the doctors to find out what it is that's going on with me. And when I find out what's going on with me, I go to my herbs and I go to my natural remedies to sit and heal whatever needs to get healed. If your spirit is saying don't take these chemical medications, it's okay. But just make sure you're going to somebody that's trustworthy and is qualified to sit and heal you holistically. Right. Whatever your diagnoses are, I can't sit and tell you to sit and stop taking the medication because I don't know what your diagnoses are. That's right. But what I can say is look up different holistic healing ways for the diagnosis that you have and ask the questions that you need to ask. Again, my opinion, go to the doctors, find out what's wrong with you, and then find a holistic healer and start working with healing yourself that way. There's a lot of fasting that you will have to do. There's a lot of detoxing that you will have to do because, of course, many of the illnesses that we have is because of the things that we are consuming in our body. Cancer, mucus, all of that comes from all type of sugars and things that we do not need and we're not supposed to have. So there's a lot of detoxing that you will have to sit and do. You have to put your body through a lot of trauma to sit and heal these diseases and illnesses that you do have. So again, I don't know what are the complications that you have. Whatever you do have, go forward in getting healed holistically. If that's what your spirit is saying, go forward with it. Cleansing, detoxing is a part of cleansing where you sit and if you're a smoker, mullein tea, drink mullein tea, and sitting and clear your airways to clear your lungs of any mucus, any tar, anything that's in your lungs from you smoking. Drink your mullein tea. Take different detoxes to sit and clean your digestive system because, again, what we consume is what fucks our body up, what fucks us up, what messes our body up.
Right.
So make sure you know, detoxing, fasting. You know, fasting is very good when it comes to it. And you know, a big cleanse bath. A big bath that I tell everyone to do is watercress, rosemary, and thyme. And this is a bath that I tell people to do for 14 days. This is a 14-day bath. This is 30 minutes before you go to bed. You extract the essentials from the herbs. You put this in the tub and you sit for 30 days. I mean, excuse me, for 30 minutes for 14 days. This is not, we have to also understand that trauma, generational things that we hold on to spiritually causes our body to fall ill as well. So it's not only the physical healing that you have to do when it comes to the complications that you're having, is also spiritual healing as well. So cleansing spiritually also helps. Sometimes people sit and do this bath, and when they see whatever sickness that they had is gone, it was just a spiritual thing. People have diagnoses and they're going through all of this stuff, and doctors can't even find what the hell is going on. And it's because it's a spiritual thing. So if your spirit is saying go holistically, boo.
And now, do you have anything on your any baths on your website to offer anything? Or you have any things on any baths
on the website?
baths,
no, I don't.
Okay.
You know what? I have to put that up there. Because again, when it comes to baths and certain oils, I don't sell it. I do I do a reading. If I do a reading for somebody, and if it falls deep in my spirit to tell you about a bath, I'm gonna tell you about a bath, because every bath is different. I could tell you to do a watercress, rosemary, and thyme bath, Simon, but there's a reason why I told you to do that bath. When I tell somebody else to do that bath, they might have to add something to it because their healing is different. I don't push the baths, and I don't promote those baths a lot on my website, or even when I'm doing teachings and stuff, because I could tell you this one bath, but your healing is different. You probably do need a love ritual or something. But that same bath that I'm giving you is, I probably have to do something different. It's the same bath, but something got to be different. So I really don't push it.
Right.
You know.
Now, can that lady text you at that number right there on the bottom? They can text
518-881-9862. That's my number.
Text that number. Text that number, and probably do a session with her. Also, Dr. Layla Africa and Dr. Sabi's wife always said that they're not going to take you off the medication. They try to wean you off into the herbal. Right. And this is their website, Dr. Layla Africa. This is Dr. Sabi's wife, the one who started the whole journey. She speaks Spanish. She's from Madagascar. She's the one that started the healing journey with Sabi, with the fig tree. And she's hg.com, and Dr. Layla Africa, who transitioned, but his wife is still handling the business. But both of them will tell you to wean it off and find the herbal complements to it, and then try to wean off slowly. They never tell you not to do it, but they're going to try to wean it off for you, because you need to wean it off.
Yes, because it's traumatic. You know, our body is, when we're on these pharmaceutical medications, our body gets accustomed to taking those pharmaceutical medications. So you can't just go shotgun and just stop. You have to ease it off, because your body's gonna go through shock. It's gonna go through some type of shock.
Right. And I listened to Dr. Layla Africa because he was a former military nurse. So he knows the transitional stuff from back in the day and why you need to transition. You can't just force, because sometimes you could do something, and then all of a sudden if you force them to do it or go hardcore, if they slip once, that can kill them or get them even sicker than what they were before.
You know what?
That happened to Teddy Pendergrass.
Right. I'm gonna tell you before we go with me. Right. I was on my losing weight journey. I was overweight. I used to weigh almost 230 pounds. Yes. Almost 200, but I was nice and stocky. A big back but stern. You know what I'm saying?
big back.
But I started to lose weight, and I started with the keto diet. Okay, I started with the keto diet, and the way I started was I did a whole month straight with just steak, because I love steak. And I just did it with just meat, and then after the month, I started bringing in a little bit of vegetables here and there. My body did go into ketosis, but it didn't want to stop. When I went to the doctor and I told the doctor what was going on, because I have hypothyroid, some people, when you have a thyroid problem, they recommend you not to do the keto diet.
Right.
So I went down to almost 125 pounds, and the weight drop didn't want to stop. I felt like I was going through like that movie Thinner.
Yeah.
I
That's
felt like
crazy.
I was going through that, and I had to spiritually cleanse myself, get myself back together. So you have to learn yourself and learn your body before you sit and jump into anything, because you could sit and set your body up for something tragic.
Right. Wow. Okay, my dear, that was it. Thank you so very much for coming on. Let's give that a round of applause.
I'm honored.
We're gonna have a good time at Nicholas Brooklyn. I already called her about that I'm gonna be coming in, so I wanted to make sure that when my daughter's having a baby shower on the 26th, so I want to be there, but I won't be in town till like the 28th, 29th. But we're gonna put Nicholas on fire. So we're gonna
come on now. I'm ready. I'm ready for all that smoke.
Now, can I take one of those pictures you sent me for the flyer? Can I use one of those pictures?
Of course. I even send you some that I took today, so you pick whatever picture you want. Don't worry.
Okay, mommy. All right. Okay. This is for me. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, but thank you very much for being a part of the journey, man. I respect you immensely, and make sure y'all support our sister in any way you can, because it's all about support. The more you spread love, the more it comes back. So go to a Cash App, go to a Zelle, text if you want more information on how to, or email her if that's what you need to do. Some people are afraid to text. They want to email. Then you got all the numbers. You got the website. You got the email. Here's the website also pinned on the chat. And please support her Instagram. Also, make sure y'all go and join her on Instagram, because she teach all the time on Instagram. I'm telling you, she's on there doing live readings and consultations. You know what I'm saying? So make sure y'all show them some love, man. Show us some love, and big up to all your children, all your family that you're doing anything. All right, you be safe out here, and I love you, and there's nothing you can do.
Love you too. Thank you.
All right, mama, take care. Give her all right, my girl. Give her a round of applause. Tomika, I gotta give Tomika another round of applause. She is such a great soul, great spirit. Lord have mercy, and beautiful too. Stop playing. Oh man. Love them women. I was married to a woman in the Bronx, so I know how that get down. I lived in the Bronx, my friend, the Bronx. You don't even see one thing about that borough. You have to say the. You have to put the in front of it. That's the only way you're gonna say the Bronx. You can't just say Bronx. You gotta say the Bronx. It's not the Brooklyn. It's not the Queens. It's not the Staten Island. But it's the Bronx. And when you got the Bronx, you gotta no respect. Enough respect to them, man. I need to talk to her. Maybe can you hold on until I come to you privately? Hold on, I need to talk to her. I got another program I want to get her on, man. I'm prepared. Oh man, she has the right flavor, and she's quick with it. So I like that. I like when people are quick, and I guess that's the number one way, baby. That's the number one way. Family. We will be back this coming tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll be back right here on sometime this morning. I will be teaching my lesson. My lesson for tomorrow is spiritual and numerovational meaning of hoarding disorder. Oh man, and how to heal from it. Yes, I got solutions from this. People that like to hoard and do all, it is actually a medical disorder. They call it hoarding disorder. So we're going to talk about it from a numerovational and a spiritual perspective, why people do it. Families do it, like mothers and grandmothers and all kinds of cousins and fathers. Everybody be hoarding, especially in that garage. You got to look in that garage and see what they're doing. Don't forget, this coming Wednesday, we got myself and Carrie Ann Ingram for the Healing Vibes show. Don't forget, September the 8th, boom. We got the one overcoming imposter syndrome and fear of success with Dr. McCabe Judge. She'll be on, and she's from the podcast called The Naked Healer. Don't mean that she's naked doing her thing. It just means she's a naked healer. Transparency is important to her. Don't forget Kaba from out of the Bronx himself, Kaba Kamene. The powerful connection between carbon and melanin is going to be there. You've seen him on Hidden Colors, all of the Hidden Colors. You've seen him in 1804. You've seen him on all of Tariq Nasheed's videos as far as documentaries. This man be dropping it like it's hot. And remember, my first leg of my 29th celebration tribute to Dick Gregory is happening happening in Georgia at the new Black Wall Street Mall on October the 13th. Then on the 27th, we're going to bring it to Nicholas, Brooklyn. Myself and Tomika Royale is going to be the royal couple for that evening because it's going to be King and the Royal one. And we're going to drop it like it's hot in Brooklyn, New York. Vendors are welcome. People are welcome. We're going to pack that place out and we're going to tear that mother out. We're going to tear that mother out. Ooh, a lot of mercy. And don't forget, she dancing in the back. Go ahead, girl. I love it. That's my guy. See, that's a party animal. I love it. I love it. Love it. Love it. And don't forget, Dr. B is going to be at this event. Dr. B Serious, Brother Rich is going to be there speaking. Tassili Ma'at, Red Pill and Blue Pill. Lorenzo Sanford is going to be there. He is the drummer for Fela Kuti. He's going to be dropping some drums right there on the 13th in Georgia. He's going to be there. High Heels will be there. And then Baba Ashra Kwesi and Miriam Kwesi is going to close down the whole day for me. And don't forget the martial arts. I've been in martial arts since I was young. My teachers, one of my teachers and family friends are going to be doing a big salute to women in the martial arts and celebrating Sanuka's man himself, GM Lumumba, happening on November the 9th. Big up to all you Scorpions at that time. Big up to Tarot Reader, the one, the only, Carrie Ann Ingram, one of my partners in Vibe right here. She does a lot. Big up to 11 University. She does cardology, astrology, numerology. Big up to her. Hit her up at 470-775-6434. And don't forget, if you're looking for they're currently interviewing people who want to work from home. If you want to work from home positions, part-time, full-time, make up your own hours, text the words hire me to 770-861-9906. All you need is a computer and probably some headphones and a working phone, and you can work from home anytime. They pay. Just make sure you have your clean background. You got to have clean background. If you're a criminal, don't even call them. All right? Make sure you don't call. Pick up to one of my teachers, Lloyd Strayhorn from out of New York City, Harlem, New York. Lloyd-Strayhorn.com. One of my teachers, one of my good friends, the elders in this thing. They've been doing it before all of us was born. Believe me when I say this. All right. And don't forget cartomancy. This is another form of cardology, but this one is called cartomancy. Amira is doing her thing. And my son, matter of fact, Tomika, if you want to do a voiceover for your book, you can do it at my son's studio. He has 3 studios in New York. This man can help you out with a nice voiceover or audio book if you want to produce your audio book and edit, put frequencies or binary frequencies behind it, whatever you want to do. My son can help you out with that. Make sure you hit him up, Green Studio NYC, and just say King Simon. GreenStudioNYC.com. He's a singer, he's a producer, and he is an engineer. If you want to book a session with me, text me your full name and date of birth. I got 2 different sessions, 15 minutes and 30 minutes. I'll send you the detail after you text me. Remember, get my merch right now. This merch is going to be available till September the 19th. You can take my Udemy course. I suggest you teach a course too, Tomika. Get your course on Udemy because they translate it in multiple languages. Oh my goodness. And they send residuals to your bank account every month because people, well, I'm telling you, this is what this is all about now. And get all my books on Amazon. I got 5 books on Amazon. Remember, the hardcover book is ready for you. So make sure you family, you check out my hardcover. And I'm telling you, family, it is. And if you buy a hardcover, I send you a free Billy Carson book. If you buy a hardcover, I send you a free Billy Carson book. All right. On that note, family, getting ready to get on out of here. I want to thank each and every one of y'all for coming. I want to thank this beautiful sister that came on and showed some great love. Man, she is very informative. I mean, she talks like she's Malcolm X of tarot. So she knows how to do. I got it. She born the same day as Malcolm. And remember what Dr. B says. I forgive myself, my family, and others for imperfection, and I am thankful for my life. And remember what Dr. Blair used to say. Please, universal creator, know in my heart that I love you. Please protect me and this family in which I live now. Please open my mind, my spirit, and my soul to receive only truth in your love now. Family, it's been a wonderful time. And like Frankie Crocker used to say, I got to take a step to the rear and get the heck on out of here. One of the best from WBLS back in the day. That's one of my judges, not mentor. I don't say the word mentor because that goes with homosexuality and pedophilia. So Jejna is Ethiopia for accountable teachers and warriors. That's what Jejna mean. So let's stick with those words and leave the little Greek and freak words alone. All right. Have a great day, afternoon, and evening. I'll check you on the other side. I'll see you tomorrow. Be safe, and I'll talk to you later. Take care. Content disclaimer. The views, comments, and opinions expressed by guest speakers or authors on this YouTube channel do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by this channel's broadcasters and its sponsors. Parental guidance is advised. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teachers, scholarship, education, and research. For fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringed.
King Simon, I love him. He's family, and he has one of the top shows on the Forbidden Knowledge TV network, actually.
That's right.
So make sure you guys check that out if you haven't.
Yeah, his show is called, it was really based on numerovation. It's a numerology show, and it's called How to Calculate Your Destiny.
Yes.
By King Simon. He's the host of the show. The show has done so well, we're now getting ready to start working on filming season 2. All right, so King Simon, one of the top shows on Forbidden Knowledge TV, streaming TV platform.
Hey, this is King Simon. Remember, make sure you go to my website, kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. That's kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com, or Linktree at King Simon the Numerovator. Get all 4 of my books, and of course, that's the Numerovation for Mental Stability. Numbers are simple, people are complicated. Numbers are simple, children's health is important, and no promotion is bad promotion. Just spell my name right. Make sure you get them now on all my links. That's kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. Go now. Hey family, on Sunday, October 13th, I am celebrating 29 years in promotion and production at the new Black Wall Street Mall with tribute to Dick Gregory. That's right, celebrating 29 years, so text that number to get more information. Remember, Baba Ashra Kwesi and Mirra Kwesi will be closing out the evening with a salute by Dr. B. Sirius, Brother Rich, Red Pill and Blue Pill, Lorenzo Sanford, Sister Golda X, Sister Tassili Ma'at, and so much more. Make sure you go to Linktree/King Simon the Numerovator or scan the QR code. So remember, our job as studiers of these metaphysical, esoteric knowledge is to help enhance people to be better. I, as a numerovator, using the numbers, or quote-unquote numerals, and motivation to get people to understand why they need to activate their numbers to be their very best self and maximize it. Because the numerals hold a frequency. And if you're willing to turn up that frequency, then that frequency can help to guide you and navigate you to a higher height that will allow you to spiral to be your best self. We must remember that.